morning on The Dish, a chef and author who thinks what we eat should change with the seasons. Born and raised in Michigan, Abra Berens was the daughter of 2 doctors, but they also lived on and ran a working farm.
After college, she attended cooking school in Ireland, then back in Michigan, ended up running a farm of her own while also starting a cooking career. Now she's the chef at Grayner Farm in Three Oaks, Michigan. She's also the author of a brand new book, Ruffage, a practical guide to vegetables, named a best cookbook for spring by the New York Times and Bon Appetit. Abra Berens, good morning. Thanks for coming all the way from Michigan.
Thank you so much.
And the farm. And you brought the farm with you.
Yeah, thankfully we got a ton of vegetables going this morning, and it's a thrill to be here. So thank you for having me.
It's a thrill to have you. Tell us what's here.
So on the far side there, we've got asparagus is just coming into season. So grilled asparagus with roasted mushrooms, smoked whitefish, which is huge for us in Michigan, and some pea shoots over the top. Perfect green salad, all different farm greens with some garlicky breadcrumbs. Pan-seared chicken thighs with mustard braised potatoes. And then I love cottage cheese, and so it's a tomato and cucumber salad over top of a little bit of really nicely made cottage cheese. My beet dressed pasta, which is like a really beautiful color and a way for people who don't love beets to really kind of get into it. And then over here we've got blueberry jam upside down cake. Blueberry farms are a huge amount in our area. And then continuing the vegetables, a beet and gin shrub to drink.
Which cheers to that.
Cheers.
And to you.
Thank you so much.
Now, and Jerika mentioned that you ended up growing up, you had a farm there that your parents worked, that you worked, but when was it that you knew food had to be a part of your life? When was that passion really found?
You know, I grew up on a pickle farm, an industrial pickle farm. So my dad's parents were farmers, and my parents were also both anesthesiologists. So very, very busy days and long days. But then we always tried to eat together. And so my mom was an incredible cook, and that really started it, the wanting to have food be a part of everything.
And then in college, you were working at Zingerman's, which a lot of people know in Ann Arbor, and that took it to a whole different level.
Yeah, so I started cooking at Zingerman's. Chef Roger Bowser really helped me get into the food world, and then I was trying to decide what was next, if I was going to go into the Peace Corps, start working, or maybe take a chance on cooking school. And he said, you should check this place out. It's in Ireland. You get to travel. It's on a working farm. And it was there that I really started to think about food as a place, because all of the food that we were cooking at cooking school was from their farm, too.
Ballymaloo?
Ballymaloo. Yeah, it's fun to say.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
So take us through that journey. I mean, you go to school, you end up going to Chicago, but then you end up back working on the farm.
Yeah, so I went from cooking school into Chicago. My now husband is in Chicago, and so started cooking around there, really amazing farm-to-table restaurants, but never lost that idea that I wanted to make food that was of a place, that was representative of that. And especially having grown up in agriculture, wanting to tell the story of the farmers that are growing this food. So we decided to give it a try and start a farm. We farmed together for about 8 years, and then went back to Chicago because moving a 6-hour drive every 6 months, there's a lot of stuff.
A lot. Yeah.
So then, we went back to Chicago, but I just missed cooking from a piece of land and from a grower. So when the opportunity at Grayner Farm came up, Katie Burdett is the farmer there, and she just grows this amazing produce. And so to get to work with that and show people what we do is really, really powerful.
Well, congratulations on making the New York Times Best New Cookbook list.
Thank you.
Very exciting. How hard was it to do this?
I mean, the book was like everything. I feel like it's a lot of work, but really good work. It was about a 3.5-year process, but I had so many amazing people contributed to it with the photos, the illustrations, everything. So it was a really fun thing. And
The Bon Appetit reviewer said it changed the way she cooked with vegetables.
Which, isn't that just the most amazing thing? Because, and that's where the name comes from of the book, this idea of you gotta eat your roughage, this drudgery.
Yeah.
And I don't find it to be that way. And so what can I sort of share in my story of growing the produce, of cooking with it every day, that will hopefully make vegetables kind of the star of the plate and feel like something exciting to have. Yeah.
And I was gonna say, Abra, when you talked about making vegetables the star of the plate, what are you doing differently than you're not just cooking them, you're, from what I understand, using them in other ways, making it fun, making it a soup.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing is there's, we have a limited number of vegetables that we can grow in the northern Midwest, but they don't have to feel redundant, even though you're using the same ones each year. So things like you can have asparagus grilled this way, or shave it really raw and do like a fresh salad, or this beet pasta. You can take that same puree and use it to bind a risotto or to make a soup, or put it on. I love putting it on sandwiches in place of like a mayonnaise or something.
Or the beet cocktail.
I mean,
which
you
I
can
like,
drink
as
it.
You,
Yeah.
as you sign on a dish. If you could have this meal with anyone, past or present, who would it be?
You know, for me, cooking is about taking care of people and giving them a chance to have a lighter day. And I would think Harriet Tubman spent her whole life advocating and working for other people. So if I could give her a spot to take her load off a little bit, that would be my dream.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And if you want more on Chef Abra, you can join our website at cbsthismorning.com.